Hi, I'm Big Bear Mark, and this is the Bear Cave. In the Bear Cave today, we have James Houghton. Hey, James.
Hi, Mark. How you going?
Good. And Steve Charles. Hey, Steve.
G'day, Mark.
Hey. Today, we are talking about probably a subject that is close to my heart in a bit, but are we as bears victims of sexual stereotyping?
Wow.
And what I mean by that is that being a bear, do we get shamed, or is there an expectation that we end up with other bears?
What a great question.
Oh, yeah,
that stirs up a real hornet's nest of stuff, doesn't it?
It does. Look, I tell you what, as a newcomer to the bear, recently, 3 or 4 years to the bear community. Well, I didn't even know I was out there. I was living in Nowheresville in the country for a long time and suddenly got introduced to the bear community. But yeah, that is a very interesting question. I do find that if you look outside the bear community for your partners, or if you have a
non-bear,
whoever, like a rower or something like that, for your partner, it can be a bit of a social faux pas in some circles, and I found that quite interesting when I first came to the city to see that.
Well, yeah, to give you an example, when I first started The Woods on Joy, the radio show, I got a complaint that I had expressed. I was talking about a gay band in Sydney called Garon Garon, and they... to me, they're quite attractive-looking guys.
Yep.
And I got a complaint saying, you should be promoting on a bear show big guys, and big being beautiful, and and they were complaining that I was objectifying a skinnier guy.
Okay.
So, and also, I mean, even on the breakfast show I do, I said, oh, Nick Jonas, great-looking guy. And it was like, you should be talking up bears. Do you ever feel like you get some sort of... you're going out with someone who's a little bit thinner.
Ooh.
Well, he is. He's a little bit taller too.
Yeah.
Is
he hairy?
Hey, I'm not going to go into details about that.
He's got a beard. Yeah.
He's got enough.
Oh, he's got some hair.
He's got enough.
Yeah.
Well, but he was in the bear community long before I even turned up on the scene. And as far as I understood, when it came to joining the bear community, it was for bears and for those with the appreciation of the bear form and the bear man. So, he certainly fits into that category. He certainly does appreciate a handsome-looking bear. So
we're pretty inclusive, though, as well, aren't we? Like, if you think about who hangs in the bear community, there are the polar bears, the silver daddies, the otters, the wolves, the foxes. We've got a pretty wide range of... We've got a catch-all kind of...
We've got all the woodland creatures.
we do. We have the menagerie.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, we were talking about this beforehand, and I was thinking about the bear media. Like, if you look at the bear movies, Bear City and those kinds of things, you don't really see an awful lot of a diverse kind of group in those particular forums. The films are all... They're all big guys, they're all hairy guys, and it seems to kind of feed that mentality that you've got to be a bear
it does.
type.
And so does the commercialisation of the bear stereotype in a way itself. It's like you were saying, you're running a radio show that's to do with bears and all that sort of stuff. So people expect it to be all about bears and the promotion of all things bearhood. So I guess there is that expectation when it comes to the way you've raised the issue.
Yeah.
But I think, everyone has varying tastes, and not everybody's tastes stay the same over a period of time, I must admit with that. So from my point of view, it should be all embracing, it should be all embracing, and you shouldn't be really worried about what other people like or don't like because they're not you. But if they fit into the bear mould and they're part of the bear community and they're welcoming, that's what it's all about.
Is it a crime for a bear to shave? I mean, that's a question we had recently.
Well, our co-host on The Wood this week shaved his beard, and we were like,
you're out.
You're not as...
the unmentionable sin.
But then we got into the discussion that, does that make you less sexy if you haven't got a beard?
Yeah.
And the overwhelming consensus was, well, yes,
it does. You have to have a beard or some kind of goatee or some kind of facial hair.
So have we been conditioned to think that having a beard, we've all got beards,
that's right,
is essential in being a bear?
I guess in a way it is. I kind of usually have a gaity, but since it's so cold in Melbourne, that's why I've grown the side bits as well. But I guess when it needs up, I'll probably shave that part off. So
I think I'm just lazy. I don't like shaving.
And I'm not lucky enough to be able to grow the side bit, so I'm stuck with the 80s goatee, even though people say it's from the past and you're living in the past. But there you go.
No, I think your beard is a very attractive part of bears.
So
not necessarily the only part of bears.
Are we saying that people shouldn't shave them off, though?
Well, I would be. I personally would be, because I think facial hair is one of the prerequisites for being a sexy man. So my buy-in to this stereotype is almost total.
Okay.
Yeah, I very rarely am attracted to people without at least some form of facial hair.
And, okay, expanding on that, my partner, for example, has a beard, and he'd never shave that off.
Right.
But occasionally he liked to shave his head, and I actually said to him, "Don't you dare! I don't want you to shave your head." I mean, I know that bald men can be sexy, but you know, have we got a right to then, to our partners, go, "Don't shave your head," or "Don't shave your beard"?
Oh, I think no. It's up to the person. Let's face it. If we lose all our individual rights, and you know, what's the point of being part of any community? But let's face it. I mean, a hairy man looks pretty good.
But would you take him to the pub? Would you take him to one of the...
No, God, no, my partner's... Of course,
no question of that.
Of course, of course I would. But, yeah, I like to delve deeper and find out what the person's about.
A bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
I think we are guilty of that stereotype. I do think that in social circles, it's kind of almost, if you go to somewhere like the Laird, you know, you see a particular, it's there, it's manifest all over the place.
It is. But that's, as you said before, previously, that is part of the gay community, isn't it? Really, we've created all of these sections within the gay community of different likes and dislikes. And they've all been created because people do have different likes and dislikes. So
it's almost a sin to say what you like these days.
Yeah, and I mean, we have created a culture of masculinity within the bear community. And I mean, and I have seen people sort of discriminated if they show a feminine side or, you know, God forbid, do drag or something like that.
And you never take your knitting or your crochet to the Laird, ever. It's an absolute no-no.
Can't you do like a leather crochet?
Oh, no, crochet, knitting, no, it's not on.
It isn't.
You sure?
You're right.
So I think we've sort of reckoned that, yes, we do sort of conform to a stereotype.
I think so.
We've bought into it.
Thanks very much, guys, for joining me today.
Pleasure.
I'm Mark Hadden, and this has been The Bear Cave. Thanks for joining us.